2025 mock paper, section 8, question 6. It gives us a function here. I suppose the first thing I would do straight away is change this gobbledygook here, change that gobbledygook into g of x is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2. You don't have to, you can leave it the way it is, but in this question then it says find out when the input is 0, what is the output? So I'm going to put in 0 as my input and 0 everywhere of an x. So just highlight that, because that's what it's asked for when the input is 0 there. And basically when the input is 0, when x is 0, the output is 2. When x is 0, the output is 2. Now, something to bear in mind, just in case you're ever asked to sketch at the end of this question or anything like that, that is a coordinate pairing on your graph there. When the input is 0, the output is 2. And that often comes up, so just watch out for that. Then it says find the derivative. So I'm just going to do the derivative very clean with that in mind up there. G dash x is equal to power by the number in front. Remember, you've got a 1 in front, so 3 by 1 is 3. Reduce the power by 1, x squared. Here you've got power by the number front is minus 6. Reduce the power by 1, you get x to the power of 1, which is just x. And you differentiate a constant, you get 0. So that's part B. Easy. Now, what you found, I suppose, there now is you found, just to bear in mind again, that is the slope that you've found there. A slope finder, as we've referred to it a million times. Slope finder. But I look down here in this question here and I say, okay, well, when the slope is 0, we have to work out x when the slope is 0. So find x when slope is 0. When slope is 0. So I just said to you a second ago, well, we're after working out g dash of x, so we're after working out the slope. That is 3x squared minus 6x is equal to 0. Now a lot of you did this. A lot of you went, slope is equal to 3x squared minus 6x, and you said, oh, when the slope is 0. A lot of you did that. But all I'm asking you to do then is just turn them around. 3x squared minus 6x is equal to 0. So we're down at this stage. Now this is where a good few of you bombed, right? You just forgot. You forgot what to do here. So first thing I would ask you, we have to go factorising in a minute, but before we factorise, to make it any easier, is there anything in common here between the 3 and the 6? And hopefully you will spot divide by 3 and you get x squared, and divide by 3 you get that. Okay, so that's really important straight away there. You divide by a common factor between the 3 and the 6 there, and you're breaking it down. So I just divided by 3, I got 1x squared. Divided 6 by 3, you got the 2, or the minus 2 there. Now, always check in factorisation, I've been harping on with this, always check for a highest common factor. And there is an x in common, so we're going to take that dude out, right? We're going to take him out. We need to figure out what goes inside, so we're rough work. X squared divided by our highest common factor, it's going to leave us with x. And minus 2x divided by the highest common factor, and that's going to leave us with cancel, minus 2. Right? Now, the easy one that people get here, the easy one. What value does x have to be to give you 0 here? Has to be 2. This is the one that people miss. Because remember, I am multiplying two things here. I'm multiplying x by this. I'm getting an answer of 0. So either this is 0, either this is 0, or either both of them, whatever, can be 0 at the same time, but that's 0. And there's your answer. So as our next part then, use your answers to part C to find the maximum and minimum points. So what I do here now is go along with my line and go back to my original equation. Remember, all the time we know that that's y is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2. So y is equal to, that's what g of x is y. Y is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2. Y is equal to x cubed minus 3x squared, and I think it's plus 2. Okay. So, long story short here now, this is my t. And we're going to find out when x is a certain number in both of them. We're going to sub it into the equation and find out the corresponding y values. So we worked out x to be 0 and x to be 2. So we sub it in here now. So we'll just do the first one, just keep it nice and clean here. Sub in 0 for x. And in this first one we get y is 2. So basically our coordinate point here is 0, 2. So we don't know whether that's the max or min yet. So let's go on with the other one. And the other coordinate we're subbing in for x is 2. So when x is 2, what is the output? And you get your calculator. Like, I can prove to you, I'll do it in my head, but I'm too lazy. 2 cubes, that's going to give me an answer of 8. Sorry, that's going to give me an answer of 8, but we have to move it along here now. Yeah. We've got then minus 3 by 2 squared. So 2 squared is 4, 4 by minus 3 is 12, 8 minus 12 is minus 4, plus 2 is going to give me minus 2 as my answer. And that coordinate there is not x, but rather 2 minus 2. So which one is the max and which one is the min? Now, some of you were here yesterday, you were seeing this. You only concentrate on the y value to find out which one is max and which one is min. Remember, this is a coordinate pairing, x before y, x before y. And I asked a very simple question. Which one is higher up on the y-axis? So if you look at here, we've got a 2 and we've got a minus 2. Which one of them is higher up? And hopefully you're going to say that this is higher. So therefore, by logic, the max will be the higher one and the min is going to be the lower one. So this will be your min value and this is going to be your max value. And if you're ever asked, the y value is higher up on the graph. Do you know? And there's your answer. Now you put the two answers in. The maximum point is 0, 2 and your minimum point is 2 minus 2. Are we asked to sketch this or anything? No, done, finished.